The world's most powerful warship is moving closer to a potential flashpoint. The USS Gerald Ford has repositioned deep into the Caribbean, cutting the distance to Venezuela dramatically. The move signals a shift from posturing to pressure, and it comes amid rising rhetoric, seizures at sea, and talk of direct action. According to Military Watch magazine, the supercarrier and its strike group are now positioned roughly 600 kilometers south-southwest of Puerto Rico, close enough for rapid combat operations and close enough to change the balance overnight. The carrier's move follows weeks of heightened military activity. Images released by the U.S. Department of War had shown the Ford's air wing conducting flight operations over the Caribbean. F-18 fighter jets reportedly simulated strike missions. Officials describe it as readiness. The naval buildup comes after a sharp escalation at sea. Earlier this month, U.S. forces boarded and commandeered a Venezuelan oil tanker in international waters. Days later, President Trump announced a total and complete blockade of sanctioned Venezuelan oil shipments. Caracas calls the move illegal and dangerous. The White House claims the pressure campaign targets transnational drug cartels. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth confirmed U.S. ground operations linked to cartel activity. Venezuela rejects the accusation outright, calling it a manufactured pretext for regime change. The USS Gerald Ford brings unmatched firepower, backed by escort warships, electronic warfare aircraft, and surveillance systems. U.S. forces in Puerto Rico add F-35 fighters and electronic attack jets to the mix, a layered, overwhelming presence. Venezuela insists it will not be intimidated. President Nicolás Maduro has accused Washington of violating international law and free navigation. He's called on workers and allies to resist what he calls piracy and warned the region is being pushed towards conflict. With diplomacy stalled and military assets converging, tensions are at their highest in years. The U.S. says pressure will continue. Venezuela says it will not back down. And the Caribbean is once again at the center of a global power struggle.
Obviously, we had a classified hearing, so the details of which we can't discuss. It's, I believe, our 22nd or 23rd bipartisan engagement. We'll continue to engage with Congress on this. We're headed to the House now to do a similar briefing and provide updates on this counter-drug mission, which is focused on dismantling the infrastructure of these terrorist organizations that are operating in our hemisphere, undermining the security of Americans, killing Americans, poisoning Americans. And this has been a highly successful mission that's ongoing and continued, and we're pleased to be here today to update Congress on how that's developing and how that's moving forward. As I said, I believe it's our 22nd, 23rd such engagement, certainly been at least the 4th or 5th that I've been involved in, and those will remain and be ongoing.
Okay? I would just echo that. It is the 22nd bipartisan briefing we've had on a highly successful mission to counter designated terrorist organizations, cartels, bringing weapons meaning drugs, to the American people and poisoning the American people for far too long. So we're proud of what we're doing, able to lay it out very directly to these senators and soon to the House, but it's all classified. We can't talk about it now. We're also going to tomorrow allow the HASC and SASC to see the unedited video of the September 2nd, alongside with Admiral Bradley, who has done a fantastic job, has made all the right calls, and we're glad he'll be there to do it. But in keeping with long-standing Department of War policy, Department of Defense policy, of course we're not going to release a top-secret, full, unedited video of that to the general public. HASC and SASC and appropriate committees will see it, but not the general public.
The oil workers and all the other workers throughout this country,
they must forcefully organize the working class in all ports of the world, the entire international working class, to protest against the piracy of those who believe they have a license to steal the world's goods, and tell them no to piracy, no to piracy.